The bass hasn't dropped. The trumpet did, and Nick's not here, so I'm all confused. What are we supposed to do, John?
Panic?
No, we never panic. We never panic.
Post the Kevin gif from Home Alone as he's running up and down the hallway?
No. I think we can handle it. We only do like 10 plus hours a week in the mornings. I think we got it. Possibly. Maybe.
Awesome.
It'll probably sound a lot like that. Jarrett Smith is allegedly going to join us at some point as well, and it will be soccer over there until 9 o'clock, and then we will have a set change in the run-up to get you ready for Atlanta and Philadelphia tomorrow. But the next 2 hours, it will be all about Champions League. It'll be about the Copa Libertadores. It will be about the managerial carousel, and we'll see where Jesse Marsh lands in this game of musical chairs. We will get into a little bit of silly season. The rumors are out there. Donnarumma in Milan is not exactly beloved at the moment.
Nope.
So we'll get into all of that. Everybody's attacking me now for allegedly liking Toronto because I think they made a good signing in Jefferson Soteldo. It's a good signing. He is Atomic Ant to Electric Boogaloo. That is definitely the case because he's 5'2", I believe. No, it's a good signing, and it's a situation that does kind of lead us into one of the news items of the day because it factors into Ariel Holan leaving Santos after just a couple of months. Now, depending on who you talk to in Brazil, he was not fired. That's number one. He was not fired, which is the usual way things happen in Brazil. He's leaving before he gets fired. The State League hasn't gone very well. They lost a bunch of players after their run to the Copa Libertadores final last year, or in January. And they haven't had either the money or the ability, depending on which report you're listening to add to the squad. Why? Because they owe a lot of people money. Soteldo, his last club, Huachipato, was still owed money from a 2019 transfer. One reason why Toronto was able to swoop in and get a really good deal. There are some reports saying that Ariel Holan was told, hey, we sold Soteldo. We're good now. We can actually go make moves in the market. The window is open in Brazil. Some are like, yeah, they told him that, and he's like, I don't care. I'm still out of here. Other reports have members of the Barra Brava or Ultras or what have you paying Ariel Holan a visit about recent results, and he's like, yeah, I ain't coming back. We'll see if he's on the touchline. Tomorrow, they are in La Bombonera in Buenos Aires to face Boca Juniors. He maybe makes the trip and bolts. He maybe is on the touchline tomorrow. That was the original reporting. Don't know, but it's a mess. It's an absolute mess for Santos, and they're not one of the only clubs in South America to have these messes that they're dealing with. And it is a time when you get into the summer window in Major League Soccer, and even for some clubs right now, and you look at what could be available, there's going to be deals to be had. Soteldo, in my opinion, and we went back and forth with our friend Nico Moreno of Pulso Sports, he feels like it was a little bit high what Toronto paid. I think it's a good deal. I think they got a good deal considering what Soteldo was rumored to go for later. We'll see. I think he fits into the way they're going to play. Great 1v1 player. We'll see if that pays off. And we'll see what other moves could happen because I think there's going to be a lot more. I think we're going to see a potential of sales from MLS buying out of South America in maybe some different ways than we've generally expected.
And we've had guests on the show, whether it's Klaus German or Tom Robinson or Nico in the discussion about Jefferson Soteldo, where you're looking at an economic situation and you want to you find a player that you're interested in, and because of the economic situation of the club, you might be able to get a better deal than you would under normal circumstances. Word on the deal specifically with Soteldo, according to reports, $6 million US. Toronto FC gets 3/4, 75% of the players' rights. Huachipato still owns 25%. Santos will get a 12.5% sell-on fee. You're looking at now the third DP for Toronto. Mm-hmm. The other two, obviously, Pozuelo and Altidore. Soteldo's 23, so he'll be the youngest DP in history, aside from Matthias Laba, who signed the young DP deal back in 2013 at the age of 21. And he won't be classified as a young DP because he turns 24 in June. But, for me, once again, you have front offices and clubs that will be looking at the landscape. And it's a piece of good business for MLSE to get Soteldo, because what were the original numbers that we were looking at? 22 was one of the ones that was first out there.
That was one that was out there a while ago, which was really high. Really high. To get him at where you're at now, I think is a good number. A good number. But again, Nico Moreno was like, nah, that's too high for what he would say. We'll see if it's the right fit for Toronto, and that's what it comes down to. I mean, ultimately, you can throw numbers around, and is he worth that to Toronto? Maybe he's not worth that to Seattle or Atlanta or somebody else, but to Toronto, he might be. And for Santos, they needed the money. You sent me down a rabbit hole on Matthias Laba. I'd forgotten about him. He is at Unión La Calera, who is in the Copa Libertadores. 29 years old, but he was a big signing when he came in. Spent a little bit of time at Defensa y Justicia, but was with Toronto, was with Vancouver, then went to Estudiantes, and then Calera, and then to Defensa, and then back to Calera. So it's an interesting one. We have Swindon in the house in the Twitch pitch. We got multiple Swindon representatives. Very nice. Why are you wearing the Swindon kit, John?
Because it is showing respect for those who have been recently relegated. They were relegated this past weekend in League One, heading back to League Two. But now this is showing respect for the relegated this week.
Fair enough. Why do you have a Swindon kit, by the way?
Because it once again it goes. What have you always referred to me as? I'm the
no. They're alive. They're a functioning club. That's why I'm surprised. Usually, you like the clubs that fail to exist anymore.
Well, that is true, but also at the same time, give me those that are of the lower divisions and the smaller clubs that you can sit there and show support. I mean, look, I have an autographed Stockport County jersey that's back in the closet here in Office HD.
Autographed.
Wow. I've got to figure out what year it's from, but you sit there and it's because of my affinity for the lower divisions, regardless of what country we're talking about. Because once again, you Scunthorpe and AFC Wimbledon and all that kind of stuff. The opportunity presented itself to economically presented itself for me to get a Swindon kit and have it added to the collection. But no, this is straight out of respect for those who have fallen. No,
Ragamuffin, Swindon is not starting a Super League. Give him time. You never know. But no, not a Super League out of Swindon. Oh boy, I can't wait till we never have to talk about that whole last week again.
Super League.
Yeah, Super League nonsense.
Super League.
Pretty much. Let's get into a couple of things we did not get into. One, going back to Holon real fast, I'm curious to see where he lands. There's going to be movement all over South America. He'll have an opportunity in Argentina if he wants to wait for it. He's a really unique kind of guy who came out of field hockey, and he won a Copa Sudamericana. He did really well at Universidad Católica in Chile. I'd be curious to see if a Mexican club or an MLS club came in for him and how he would do in a situation like that. I mean, he's got hardware to prove what he's done so far. He'd be a really interesting hire. Kepsi's talking trash. I like it. Holon would be a very ambitious hire for an MLS team that would be potentially in the market for a coach, and we'll see if that happens in the summer. We'll see if he jumps straight into something in Argentina. Let's get into the two leagues that are the most bonkers in Europe right now out of the major leagues. There's some bonkers going on everywhere, but let's get into La Liga first. Because we were like everybody else. Back in January or so, we're like, it's done. It's Atleti. They're a favorite to win the title. They're a favorite to win the Champions League. Crown them. I mean, that's where it stood. They had such a lead. Barcelona was a mess. Real Madrid had everybody hurt. And somehow, Atleti just keeps the door cracked open. They lost over the weekend. They've lost 2 of their last 5. They are 2-2-1 in their last 5. Real Madrid, unbeaten in their last 5. Barcelona, 4 wins and a loss in their last 5. Sevilla, 5 in a row. Not done yet. And it's a 4-horse race in La Liga. Maybe Chelsea did break their spirit, Dawn. You might be right. I think they were broken before that, though. Like, it felt like it was starting to fall off before that. Four-card, our resident Barcelona fan, is very pumped up. Not a mess any longer, he says. Yes, it's true. I got to go back and look. They came into the Chelsea series with 1 win and 4, 2 draws and a loss. So I think they were sliding before the Chelsea series, and that maybe completed the breaking of them. But now you look at the table, and it's Atleti on 73. It's Real Madrid on 71. Both have 5 games left. Barcelona has 6 games left. They're also on 71. Sevilla, 5 games left. They are on 70. Top 4 of madness. Now you look at who's got what left. Real Madrid, they host Sevilla in the most difficult match they have. But they don't have any pushovers. It's 11th place Osasuna in Madrid. It is at Granada, who's in 8th place. It's at Athletic Bilbao, who's in 10th. And then it's home to Villarreal on the final day, who's in 7th. That's not easy for Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Barcelona hosts Granada, 8th place. They go to Valencia, 14th. They host Atleti in a game that really could flip things around. So you've got 1 versus 3 left, and you've got 2 versus 4 left. So that's going to get weird. Barca then goes to Levante. They host Celta. Levante's in 12th. Celta's in 9th. They finish on the road on the final day, but at Eibar, who's in 20th.
Yeah.
Okay. Barcelona should feel pretty good about it on the final day. Atleti goes to Elche, who's got 23 points. It's not good. Tied for 20th. They go to Barca. They host Real Sociedad, who's in 5th, after going to Barcelona. Oof. They host Osasuna, and then they go to Valladolid, who's in 18th on the final day. Atleti's got a good one there, but that Barca-Real Sociedad back-to-back is where things will get decided for them. Sevilla has at home Athletic Bilbao. Then they go to Real Madrid. They host Valencia. They go to Villarreal. They are home to Alaves, who's in 16th on the final day, who could be in a relegation scrap on the final day. I think Atleti's got the most difficult run-in, even with the 2 easy games, the 18th and 20th places, because they go to Barcelona, they host Real Sociedad, where that could be a banana peel. Madrid doesn't have a break, really, in their last 5, and they've got Champions League to deal with. Barcelona's got it up and down, but if they beat Atleti at home, they have the inside track, in my opinion, and they got the game in hand. So I think if you're playing favorites night down, Sevilla's in a good spot. If they go to Real Madrid and win, then we're talking a different conversation. They need help. I think it's Barcelona's title to lose.
Agreed. I was doing the math as you were doing the run-in. I have Barcelona finishing at 87, getting 16 points in the run-in. I have Atleti second at 86, getting 13. I have Real getting 13 as well and finishing with 84. And then I have Sevilla at 13 as well, getting 83. Because here's my rationale.
Okay.
So I figured, and what I'll do is I'll take the Barca Atleti match. That to me was the one stumble that I had for Barcelona instead of getting a full 18. I have them winning the other 5, drawing against Atletico Madrid. So that was how I got to the 87 and the 16 points out of a possible 18. So then if you apply that to Atletico Madrid, then I have them beating everybody else and obviously drawing Barca. So that means 13. therefore 86.
Okay.
Then, let's see, Real, I had them at 13, and I figured there's a draw in there somewhere. For the sake of argument, I just said Sevilla, just so it would be easy to juggle the math.
Yeah.
So I figured Real Madrid, Sevilla is a draw. They win the others. They finish with 13 there as well to get them to 84. Sevilla, with their 5, Real Madrid, draw, you win the others. I know that Villarreal, you're at Villarreal on their 7th, but I figure that's 13 as well in their final 5, and that's how I got them to 83. So I think it's Barca's, but looking at the run-in, they win it by a point. I give them 87 to 86 at the finish.
Ridiculous with the top 4 in Spain. The game in hand, kind of, sort of, Barcelona plays it Thursday where they host Granada. Then everything will be even. So, very, very, very interesting. Do you have juice box numbers on the winner of La Liga?
On the winner of La Liga, I can dig that up. I have juice box numbers on the individual matchups going all the way through May 10th. But I can dig. So let's see. La Liga.
Pound that keyboard, John. Come on.
Title.
Give the sound effects.
Race. Odds. Odds checker. Barcelona at 8 to 15. So basically almost a minus 500.
Okay.
Atletico Madrid second at 10 to 3, which puts them at like a plus 333.
Okay.
Real Madrid at 9 to 1, so at a plus 900. And Sevilla at 33 to 1, so they would be a plus 3,300.
I think Real Madrid can handle Sevilla. That Real Madrid number is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's higher than I would have expected.
Yeah.
I think it's Barcelona's, but that Real Madrid number, if you have spare juice boxes, is a very intriguing number just in case.
Just kind of hanging around the back of the fridge?
Yeah, that's a large number for a team that, when did they last lose? It's been a while. And they just keep finding a way, and they got to get healthy at some point, right? I mean, people got to magically appear here at some point. The rumor is Sergio Ramos is going to magically appear. He's recovered from COVID. He's training. He's trying to get back to full fitness following a calf injury. The idea that they are hoping for is that he will return on May 5th when Real Madrid goes to London to play Chelsea in the second leg of the semifinal in Champions League. They'd like to get him a little bit of time in the La Liga match against Osasuna before that. But that is the target date for Sergio Ramos, who might not be there next year. It's sounding more and more like he won't. But Sergio Ramos getting back, and Hazard is back into the mix. They're starting to get healthy, and they keep grinding out results. Now, they're going to need wins. That's the problem, is they've grinded out 3 draws in their last 4, 3 scoreless draws. They got to start winning some of these. But you're going back to January 30th, where they lost to Levante, which is bonkers.
Yep.
That's a really large number for Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Barca, but that's a really large number for Real Madrid, the more that I think about it.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, that's tempting. That's very, very tempting. All right, let's look at France as well, because the French race stays weird. Lyon maybe is drifting away from a Champions League spot, maybe drifting away from a potential title in France. They had the loss on the weekend to Lille, 3-2 at home, too, for Lyon. They're on 67 and 4th, which is not a Champions League spot in France. The top 3, 71 for Monaco in 3rd, 72 for PSG in 2nd, and 73 for Lille at the top. They've all got 4 matches left. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
No, Will, Nick is not going to do the surprise entrance to Stone Cold's glass break or the Undertaker's bells, although that would be awesome if they did.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to be able to join us tonight. It happens, things. He will be on the Salty Takeaway tomorrow, though.
Yes, he
to
will.
talk about it. Atlanta and Philadelphia in CONCACAF Champions League. So Lille got the big win on the weekend, and it was an 85th minute winner for them as well. Lille's in a weird spot because we know the financial issues that the club is facing. This is kind of that last ride for Lille because most of these players will not be there next year. If the club wants to keep the doors open, they won't be there next year. It's that bad. That's going to help them. PSG is PSG. They've also got Champions League to deal with alongside. Monaco is the most informed team with the best record over the last 5, but do you think Lille, with the motivation and not having the distraction of Champions League, do you think they get it? Oh no, Will, he'll make his picks. Oh, trust me, Nick will make his picks. I will make sure he makes his picks. But he'll have to make them tomorrow once he knows the rundown of games. He's also forfeited his selection of a game in the picks of the week. Yep, he has forfeited that ability. Jarrett might be forfeiting it too if he doesn't show up here shortly. That's what I'm saying. Lille, PSG, Monaco, who you giving the advantage to?
Well, all right, so let's look at the run-ins again.
Mm-hmm.
Lille's run-in is Nice, which is 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Lens, which is 5th. Yeah. Saint-Etienne, which is 14th. And Angers, which is 12th. So I could see, all right. So
that's manageable. The Lens game, where is that? Is that home or away?
The Lens match is, it'd be nice if I could actually see it. Stade Bollaert de la Ligue.
I don't know the French stadiums off the top of my head, John.
That's at Lens.
Okay, so it's on the road. So that's the trickiest one.
Yes,
what does PSG have left?
All right, efforting. Now that I'm going backwards here, so I would say we might get 13 out of that. So that's a manageable number.
Lille should win. Lille should win all. Lille should win out.
They should. I'll say, I've got a 13 to 15.
Yeah, they should win out.
Here's the run-in for PSG.
Mm-hmm.
Hosting Lens this weekend.
Okay, so they get 5th, but they get them in their building. But it's in between Champions League legs.
Right. So it's basically Champions League, Lens, hosting. Champions League leg 2. Then they go to Rennes, which is 7th.
He's won 3 in a row.
Then you have the French Cup semi against Montpellier with 2 days rest.
They got that mixed in too. Okay.
Then you have Reims at home, and they're 11th.
Okay.
And then you finish the season at Brest, so they're 13th.
PSG drops something.
Yeah.
It's too crowded with Champions League, with 2 legs of a semi, maybe a final with French Cup. Like, they're going to drop something. So what does Monaco have?
All right, so let's get to Monaco's schedule. Monaco FC. Looking at their schedule.
And Lyon, I'm writing you out. You are no longer in this race.
Out.
Sorry, Lyon.
All right, so here's Monaco. Hosting Lyon this weekend, Sunday.
Well, that could definitely finish off Lyon if that's a win for Monaco. Okay.
Then they're at Reims.
Okay, 11th.
French Cup semi against Rumilly-Vallière. So
second division, I'm assuming?
Yes. So that's, in theory, you should get past that.
Yeah.
Then you host Rennes, and you finish at Lens.
That's rough for Monaco.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Lille's my pick. I think Lille gets it done.
Yeah, I think so, too.
I think the others have just too difficult of a schedule, too many things going on. Yeah, I'll go Lille winning the French title and then selling everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody for sale.
Yeah.
Let's move over to Serie A because you had action today. Napoli with a 2-0 win at Torino. Big win for Rino Gattuso. And Milan, a 3-0 loss at Lazio. And no, that is not why Nick Alifi is not with us. That has nothing to do with it. That is a vicious rumor that was started somewhere. Milan is now in 5th in the table, although the table's a little funky because I believe head-to-head is the first tiebreak, and not everybody has played everybody twice, so the table might not be accurate in terms of positioning. We'll give you the point totals. Inter, 11 points clear. They got it. Atalanta is next, second place, 68. Napoli, Juve, Milan, all on 66 with 5 games left. Lazio has 6 games left. They're 5 points behind that gaggle. Stranger things have happened, but I think it's unlikely for Lazio to get into that. But one of the gaggle, and Atalanta can be in the gaggle too, they're only 2 points clear. One of those 4 is going to miss out on Champions League next year. When you look at the goal differentials, Milan is plus 19, Juve is plus 35, Napoli is plus 36. That Milan one, back-to-back losses. No bueno. Atalanta, good form lately. Napoli, 3 wins out of their last 4. Juve, a win, a draw, a loss in their last 3. Good question for you, John. You could probably get this better than I. Lille pulls the Florida Marlins. Who plays the role of Gary Sheffield?
That's a good one.
What specifically would be the role of Gary Sheffield in this equation?
Well, for me, I'm taking it from Looney Tick as the guy who's bat your ride to the finish and just goes absolutely mad.
But then you sell him for big bucks?
Yeah. That would be how I would look at it.
Will the Sing is Tim Weah. Could be Jonathan David.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen Yilmaz get hot recently, so you might be maxing him out, especially if another team that needs a guy up top. So I could see Jonathan David, or Weah. Weah and David would be my 1 and 2, but I would say Yilmaz would be my guy as my number 3.
Everybody for sale.
Yes,
all of them.
See, that should be instead of your kit sponsor for the remaining matches in the season, just have a for sale sign on all the jerseys as they're running around.
The tricky thing is they don't have a 50, 60, $70 million guy. Just looking at the valuations, Ikone is 22 years old. He's valued at €30 million. Jonathan David, 21 years old, €30 million. Renato Sanchez, 23 years old, Portugal, €28 million. Sven Botman, 21 years old, Netherlands, €28 million. So your top 4 guys are all about the same, all around that 30 million mark. Jonathan Bamba, 25 million. Soumaré is 23 million. Benjamin Andre, no, not Andre 3000, although that's awesome. 15 million. Way is listed at 12 million. So, I mean, you've got if you're going to sell to make money to keep the doors open, you're going to have to sell a lot. It's not going to be one guy or 2 guys that fix everything.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking at your top 4 guys, if you use those valuations, at least 100-ish total, 100 to 125 or 130. So I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing about Lille is that Lille is going to have to make transactions in bulk. Where all the other heavyweights and all the other leagues that we talk about, they've got a guy or 2 guys that can bring back a heavy haul. Lille is going to have to disassemble a whole lot of that, starting 11, if not dudes, down the line a little bit. And this is, and I think in a situation like this, I'm sure, I don't know how many folks are pulling for Lille in this, going up against a PSG or a Monaco, but knowing that this is that last ride, it'll be interesting for me anyway to see if they can hang on. They should, but once again, you got a handful of games. Does the last ride happen for Lille with this bunch?
I will give Looney Tick clarifies. So Sheffield's the guy the fans know is going to be a superstar, but the club throws him out anyway. Sven Botman. I think the Dutch defender they brought over from Well, he was at Ajax. He was at Heerenveen. So he's an Ajax guy. He spent some time at Heerenveen on loan and came over for €8 million. He has been really good this season, checking out his numbers. He's been good lately. Typical Dutch center back. Can play on the left side. Good on the ball. Lille is owned by the same group as Boavista. That's correct, D. Graham. And that's why people are worried about Reggie Cannon, because there were some who were saying, oh, Reggie Cannon's going to Boavista, then he's going to Lille. That's why everything felt weird, but that's what the grand plan is. Well, yeah. It has turned into Crazy Ollie's, YouTuber. Everything must go. You need a Dutch center back? We've got one right here.
Prices are insane.
Do you need a Canadian forward? Jonathan David. An American forward, Tim Weah. He's right here for you. Benjamin Andre, you can play Outcast songs when he comes out. Yes. I mean, you've got all kinds of options. That's what's happening at Lille right now. It's not good. It's the blue light special going on. It's bad times. Let's get into Serie A, because we've got this conglomeration. Somebody's missing out on Champions League, and we've heard the financial issues that different clubs have. Juventus has got some big decisions to make for next year. Napoli's got some big decisions to make on if they're going to bring Gattuso back. Milan needs to get into Champions League. It looked like they were going to get into Champions League, no problem. Now, not so much. They're the team that looks like they're going to miss out. This feels like a very important run-in Italy with those 4 that are fighting for 2 through 5 in the table.
Let's start at the top with Atalanta. Here's the run-in for them. Okay. They're at Sassuolo.
Sassuolo's won their last 4 in a row. That ain't easy.
And they are 8th in the table.
Mm-hmm.
After that, they're at Parma.
Parma, 19th in the table. They've lost their last 4 in a row. I think Atalanta will be okay.
Quick turn hosting Benevento on 2 days rest.
Benevento is an 18th in the table. They've lost 3 of their last 4. I think they'll be okay.
Quick turn again. 3 games in 7 days at Genoa.
At least 2 of them are easy. Genoa's 13th. I mean, it's not a whole lot better, but they got a win and a draw in their last 2.
Coppa Italia final midweek May 19th against Juventus.
And you got to light it up for that.
And then you finish the season at home against AC Milan.
Oh, could come down to that.
Mm-hmm.
That might decide it. What about Napoli?
Let's see what Napoli has, shall we? Napoli.
So Milan's going to need Atalanta to get distracted in the 3 games in 7 and by the Coppa Italia final and drop 1 against a 19th, 18th, or 13th place team.
Yeah, I don't quite see it, but...
Yes, Mile High, outside of the Lille Stadium, they have the wacky, wavy, inflatable arm tube man. That is absolutely true outside of Lille.
Uh-huh. All right, here's Napoli's run-in.
Okay.
Hosting Cagliari this weekend.
17th place, although they've won 3 in a row in 17th place to climb out of a relegation spot.
Go to Spezia.
Spezia, 15th. 3 losses in their last 5. Should be all right.
Quick turn midweek hosting Udinese.
Udinese is 11th. They've won 2 of their last 3. So...
3 days rest. Then they go to Fiorentina.
Fiorentina's in 14th. They have 1 win in their last 5. 2 draws, 2 losses.
And then finish their schedule hosting Verona on decision day.
10th place. They've lost 4 in a row. They are falling out of the charts.
Yes.
That's really manageable for Napoli.
Mm-hmm.
That's really manageable. I think they'll be okay. I think they get a Champions League spot. Yep. So many away. That's true, Kefsey. That part is true. And it is. They are at the bottom, so it is a lot of travel. The games are manageable.
Yes.
I think I think they'll finish ahead of somebody. I think they'll get into a Champions League spot. Okay.
Juve. They are the noon Sunday game this weekend at Udinese.
That's 11th place. Okay.
Full week hosting AC Milan on the 9th.
Ooh, Milan's got 2 of these. So Milan holds their own cards.
Yep.
Okay.
Then short rest, 2 days rest. Then they go to Sassuolo.
Yep, that's a tough one.
3 games in 7 days for them again on the 15th. Juve hosts Inter Milan.
Oh. Inter would love to pull 3 points from Juve and knock them out of Champions League. What did you get us into with this Super League nonsense?
Yes.
It's all your fault, Agnelli.
Vengeance is mine.
Yes.
Then Coppa Italia final with Atalanta on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
3 days rest. Then they're at Bologna on decision day.
Win, draw, loss in their last 3. Milan holds their cards.
Mm-hmm.
They got to get a result against Juve.
Yep.
I think Juve gets knocked out here. I think Juve misses out on Champions League. What's Milan's, though, just to be sure? Because they got 2 of these, which is very difficult.
Yes. So the AC Milan schedule on their ends. Hosting Benevento on Saturday. They're the afternoon game.
Yeah, 18th place.
Then there's the game at Juve.
Oof. Yep.
Then they are at Torino on 2 days rest.
Torino is in 16th place, although they've only lost 1 of their last 5.
Then they host Cagliari on 3 days rest.
3 wins in a row, but in 17th.
And then finish up the season at Atalanta on decision day.
Yeah, Milan can play their way in. They're not doing much of that at the moment, but they can. It's down to Milan or Juve. Yeah. I think Napoli and Atalanta are going to be okay. And Forecard, I have no idea what that noise was. That was some kind of weird impression of somebody from Inter yelling about Agnelli. I don't know. It happened. It's weird. I blame it on the Super League. I blame it completely on the Super League nonsense.
The Super League.
Yes, Forecard. If Juve misses Champions League, they will blame it on the American Weston McKennie because he brought the closed league ideas into the locker room. He is right. the person who brought it all in. He started talking about the Super Bowl, and they got all confused. Then they created a Super League and get rid of the American guy. That's what's going to happen. It's bad. It's very bad. It's down to Juve or Milan. One of them's not going to make Champions League. I think the others do.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. I think that Napoli finishes with 81 if they run the table.
Mm-hmm.
Then
they won't run the table because they do travel a good bit. That's a good point from Cassie, but they'll do enough.
And then Atalanta, if they get 13 points, it's 81 total, and then you're getting into whatever the tiebreakers are. Juve and AC Milan, yeah. I mean, that's the. Oof. I think that the match of the Coppa Italia. I think that might be the difference. I think Milan gets it. I really do. I think that Milan gets ahead of Juve for that 4th spot.
I'm not so sure of it, but they hold their own destiny in their hands. Yes. We'll see if they can do it. Germany, we know is going to win, although they did slip up on the weekend to extend the whatever it is. They're 7 points clear at the top of the table over RB Leipzig. Bayern's got it. RB Leipzig in 64 points. They're 7 points clear of 3rd. They're into the Champions League next year. The last 2 Champions League spots are a bit interesting because Wolfsburg is on 57, although they've lost 3 of their last 4. Eintracht Frankfurt is on 56. They've lost 2 of their last 3. And here comes Borussia Dortmund. They've won 4 in a row. Somebody's missing out. There's only 3 games left. Somebody is missing out. And Eintracht Frankfurt will have a new manager. Dortmund will have a new manager. We know that one at least. We know who it's going to be. Wolfsburg maybe will be looking for a manager if you believe some of the rumors from this morning. Things are going to get weird. RB Leipzig might be looking for a new manager in 2nd place. Maybe.
Yeah.
Things could get really, really weird in Germany. Dortmund's in the best form in the league right now. Mainz is next with winning 4 of their last 5, and they beat Bayern on the weekend, but they're down in 12th. On the relegation side, I mean, we know Schalke, adios. Hertha is on 26. They're in a relegation spot. Köln is in 29. They've won back-to-back to create a little bit of space. They're in the playoff spot. Bielefeld is on 30 points. They've won 2 of their last 5. Werder Bremen is cascading into this. They've lost 5 in a row. They're on 30 points, 1 clear of Köln. Werder Bremen really wants to be in this party for some reason. Augsburg's trying to get in. They've lost 3 of their last 4. They're on 33.
And they've only won 2 of their last 10.
Yeah, it's no good. Byrne says Dortmund's going to be in Champions League. Frankfurt is playing poorly. KFC wants to know what happened to Eintracht Frankfurt. I thought they were flying. You've got so many different things going on at the moment. I have not been following them close in terms of Eintracht Frankfurt. Mainz is playing well, and they've maybe been one of the revelations here late. Derek Ray shared this about Hertha Berlin, and again, they're on 26 points. They've only played 28 games, though, because quarantine situation. So they've got 6 games left. They've got 3 games in hand on Köln, on Bielefeld, on Bremen, on Augsburg. But this is what their schedule looks like. Quarantine until Thursday. 6 games in 20 days after that.
They and Rotherham can share notes.
Monday, May 3rd at Mainz. Not good. Thursday, May 6th, home to Freiburg. Sunday, May 9th, home to Bielefeld. Wednesday, May 12th, at Schalke. At least they're getting some teams near the bottom of the table. Saturday, May 15th, home to Köln. So they've got their stuff right there. And then they finish with, they actually get a week off. They go May 22nd at Hoffenheim. They're going to be able to play their way out of it, but they're going to have to play a lot to do it. But they get Bielefeld, Schalke, and Köln.
Yeah, and I think that the Köln match, that one's going to be one of the...
They might be fine by then. It might not even take that because they've got so many games in hand.
We got bots.
I can handle bots.
But now I've got them finishing like 34, 35 points somewhere in there with the matches in hand.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see how they bounce back from it. That's the unknown here, but you've got games that you should win right there around you. So if you're not a team that's going to get relegated, you should win them anyway.
Yeah,
we'll see if they do. There is another element to the German schedule. I believe the last 2 weeks, the 15th and 22nd, they are going to do the in-house quarantine for the teams to try to avoid any outbreaks in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. We'll see if they can avoid everything because the last thing they need is another Hertha situation right now.
Ooh, yeah. All right, so here's your run-ins for the folks in the logjam pie.
Mm-hmm.
Wolfsburg starts May the 8th. They host Union Berlin, FCUB.
Okay, they're in 8th. They've won 2 of their last 3.
They go to RB Leipzig.
Recent form's all over the map for them. 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw in their last 5.
And then they finish their season on Decision Day hosting Mainz.
That's not who you want to play on Decision Day right now.
Mm-mm.
That's not good. Okay, Wolfsburg's got it tricky.
Yeah, all right. So let's see what Eintracht Frankfurt has, provided I could spell Eintracht Frankfurt. And they start off Sunday, May the 9th. Eintracht hosts Mainz on Sunday, May 9th.
That's not who you want to see right now.
Then they go to Schalke.
That is who you want to see right now.
And then they host Freiburg on Decision Day.
9th, pretty average. 2 wins, 2 losses, a draw in their last 5.
And then Dortmund
What do they have?
Dortmund has in their run-in here. All right, so first off, this weekend they have the DFB Pokal semi against Holstein Kiel. They should take care of that one.
Is that definitely going to get played? I know there were issues with Holstein Kiel.
Yeah, as of right now, so far, I'm operating under the assumption that it will be. It has not been taken off the board.
Okay, Holstein Kiel's had an outbreak, and they've been dealing with this for a minute. So I don't know how much they've played lately.
Yeah. So the run in for Dortmund. Run in for Dortmund hosting RB Leipzig after the week after the semifinal would be played on May the 8th.
Okay, that's not easy.
Go to Mainz.
Mainz is playing everybody. Okay.
Yeah, and then they finish the season decision day hosting Bayer Leverkusen.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Mm-mm.
That's Germany's gonna be wild going into the last day.
Yeah.
Okay. And Byrne lets us know that I just kind of expected this would have, they'd be back easily in the second division. It's one of the big stories in Germany right now. Hamburg has bottled their promotion, their automatic promotion from the second division. They would go into that playoff game right now against 16th in the Bundesliga. They are on 51 points. Fürth is on 54, 3 points ahead of them, and they've each got 4 games left. So it's not done yet. Bochum is on 60 to get promoted.
Yeah.
Yeah, Holstein Kiel's got 3 games in hand. Actually, they could get their way into this because they've got 3 games in hand on Fürth and Hamburg. And they're 2 points behind Hamburg and 5 points behind Fürth. So their last match, and they played over the weekend. They played Saturday and won. That was their first game back. They had 4 games postponed. So okay, that's where it stands. So they've got 1 game back. They won it. They play again tomorrow at Nuremberg, and then they play Dortmund on the weekend in the Pokal.
And your Pokal semis are Friday, Saturday, Werder Bremen, RB Leipzig in one, Dortmund, Holstein Kiel in the other, and the final is set for May 13th.
Okay. We've got some races here, and I mean we've even gotten into John's favorite league, the Premier League. we haven't even gotten into that.
No, but that's the fun. That's one of the fun things about this season is that we've covered all these different races and all of these different countries, and at the top, and I mean, really at both ends of the ladder, it's crazy, and it's going to be fun for the casual fan who's going to be zipping back and forth, whether it's on Fanatis or your device of choice or the Plus or wherever, to catch up on all this stuff. I mean, it's going to be head on a swivel time for the next handful of weeks, and it's going to be fun.
Below the title race in Germany, there's some really interesting stuff. You've got a couple of great title races. You've got stuff below the title race in Italy. You've got stuff below the title race in second place and probably below third place in England. Leicester, probably okay after their win today.
Yeah, probably okay, yeah.
Chelsea's 4 points behind them in the final Champions League spot, 58. West Ham's on 55. Liverpool's on 54. Tottenham's on 53. Everton's on 52 with a game in hand. I don't think we have to run through the schedules, but the form is kind of all over the place. I think Liverpool's maybe got the best, although back-to-back draws diminish that a bit. Chelsea's got 2 wins out of their last 3 with a draw mixed in. West Ham's lost back-to-back, which is a little surprising. Tottenham, all over the place, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss, and they don't have a manager at the moment.
Yeah.
Everton is unbeaten in 4, but 3 of them are draws. They're going to have to start flipping some of those.
And if you go back even further for another 5, Leicester's won 6 of their last 10. Chelsea's won 5 of their last 10, only losing once. Tottenham has won 5 in their last 10, but they've lost 3 others. West Ham has won 5, but they've also lost 4. Everton's 4-3-3 in their last 10. So you're getting a lot of stuff that's kind of merging into each other right now.
Yeah, I think right now the top 4 will be the top 4. I'm still leaning that way. I think Chelsea gets the final spot.
Yep.
I don't think they're going to get caught. Liverpool was really pushing it, but back-to-back draws, I think Chelsea will find a way. The question is Champions League. Is it a distraction? It's come up with a bunch of these races. Does the Champions League semifinal become a distraction for Chelsea? So far, so good for Tommy Tuchel. I mean, it's been an amazing run, but now you're in the business end, and look, everything that has been so good, if you have a slip-up and you get knocked out in the semifinals here, and then you fall out of the top four, then we're having a very different conversation about Tuchel at Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. And looking at the juice boxes for European competition, tomorrow with Real and Chelsea. Chelsea's the dog right now at a plus 234. Real Madrid a plus 137, and your draw's a plus 218.
And that's at Real Madrid. And then Wednesday, PSG hosts Manchester City.
Manchester City is your favorite, plus 117.
Wow.
PSG is a plus 225, I know.
PSG's a plus 225 at home.
Uh-huh. Manchester City's a plus 278.
Okay.
The draw. So, yeah, Manchester City plus 117, draw 278. PSG at home is a plus 225.
That's odd.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little surprised by that. Before we start getting into that kind of stuff, let's get caught up on some rumors that are floating around right now at the BBC. The situation with Julian Nagelsmann. So Sky's talked about it. Bild has talked about it. He is under contract at RB Leipzig through 2023. According to most, RB Leipzig are demanding a lot of money from Bayern if they're going to let him go. I've seen anything from 20 to 30 million euro. A world record is how it's being discussed. They should. I have no problem with that. They 100% should be demanding all the money from Bayern. Mm-hmm. Every single kroner you can find, send it to RB Leipzig for this, because they've got their guy locked up under contract, and there's not a release clause. 25 million, 20, 30, whatever you're going to get as much as you can. Get as much as you can. We talked about Tottenham's managerial vacancy. According to the Telegraph, Erik ten Hag, who we've mentioned multiple times from Ajax, he is moving up the wish list, with Nagelsmann set to go to Bayern, and Sarri, who I don't know if was really high on the wish list or not, sounds like he's pretty much going to go to Roma. Ten Hag would be a good hire. I'm surprised we didn't mention him this morning. We forgot, and I'm also surprised he wasn't in that bet list. If he's like way off the list, I might need to find some juice boxes. I might need some juice boxes if I can get a big number on him.
Yeah. And Ten Hag is apparently a part of it. According to other published reports, Brendan Rodgers is viewed by many at Spurs, as the, quote, ideal option, end quote. Understood to have reservations about it.
Oh, good grief.
Then there's also Roberto Martinez.
Interesting.
After the European Championships with Belgium, and then apparently, according to that second newspaper that we really don't necessarily
we don't talk about them.
But not by name, but they also have Gareth Southgate's name.
Yeah,
and Ralph Rangnick.
Why you go like that about Southgate?
Well, no, it's not about Southgate as a coach. I would have just thought that Southgate would have just been continued interest in the national team. That's what I'm thinking.
He's done a World Cup. He's done a Euro. Like, if he gets the opportunity to go to Tottenham, wouldn't you think that's a good job?
Yeah. So, and it's a lot better than the names we were talking about this morning that were still allegedly left on the table. So,
well, yeah.
It's Ten Hag, Rodgers, Martinez, Southgate, Rangnick.
I'm not even buying it with Rangnick at this point. He's going to end up somewhere really strange. His name just keeps coming up, and I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it with him at all. Ten Hag is a really good fit for them if they're actually going to build. If they're actually going to do it the right way, it's a really, really good fit, Erik ten Hag. I like it. They're not going to get Brendan Rodgers. Roberto Martinez would be better than the other names. Rafa Benitez would be better than the other names. Gareth Southgate would be better than the other names. But no, Ten Hag is where you should go. If you're not going to get Sauter, you're not going to get Nagelsmann, you're not going to get Brendan Rodgers, Erik Ten Hag would be a good hire.
And I mean, for me, I look at Brendan Rodgers as, with what he has at Leicester, I think that he has far more say and influence right now with how things are and what they could be, as opposed to what he would be dealing with at Spurs. And I think that he's building something at Leicester, and I think that he could have more control over the future of that organization than what we're seeing in almost as like a churn in the new building for Spurs.
Yeah. I mean, Ten Hag, I think, probably needs to make the jump now if he's going to jump out of the Netherlands. He'll have more to work with, and I think he'll be able to build the team in the way he wants. I just don't think I think he's the best one to go after. If you're Tottenham,
yeah,
I think he's the best one to go after. The other names are the other names we just went through: Roberto Martinez, Rafa Benitez. Like, those are solid. Those are fine. They're better than Potter. It's better than Nuno, in my opinion. It's better than Scott Parker, in my opinion. I mean, if I'm going with any of that group, I'm going with Parker because he's younger. Maybe he's able to make a jump in what we've seen from him. Maybe. But he's behind everybody else in terms of Roberto Martinez, Rafa Benitez. Somehow, if you could get Brendan Rodgers, which ain't happening, Erik Ten Hag is the guy. I keep coming back to that. I think he's the guy. That's a really good one. And if that rumor has any legs from the Telegraph, that is one to keep an eye on. Rafael Varane of Real Madrid is being linked. A lot of people thought he was going to go to Manchester United, done and dusted, but now Chelsea's in the mix because they're in the mix for everybody. AS in Spain is reporting that Varane could end up at Chelsea rather than Manchester United. And there's a lot of talk about Arsenal willing to sell players this summer. Not big names, but selling some of their young guys are out on loan, some of their younger guys who haven't really broken through yet to fund other signings. So Maitland-Niles was one. His name has come up. There's a couple others that have been rumored with those, like, probably 20 million kind of euro moves.
Yeah.
And I guess they need it to be able to do anything else. Unless Mr. Spotify comes in and buys the club.
Yeah. Right.
It sounds like that's actually not crazy talk. He's got 3 legends of the club with him. I don't know how that would look. I don't know what it is. I mean, if you want Kroenke out of your club, well, you might have to take a guy who sends a tweet saying he wants to buy the club instead. And is that going to be better? I don't know. We'll see. It could.
Yeah. And apparently Kroenke and KSE would listen to bids, but it would have to be in the 2 billion range. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Spotify's worth is a little less than twice that. Apparently he's worth, according to Forbes, about £3.5 billion. Okay. Personal worth.
Yeah.
So to get that done, he'd probably have to go consortium or something like that to get it done, if he was serious about forking over 2 double extra large for getting Arsenal away from KSE. And here's your Spotify note of the day. It's currently worth £58 billion.
That's pretty good. Tottenham fans are saying they're going to cancel their Spotify accounts if he buys Arsenal. Badger, I saw you. Ron Digital's in just in time. We're talking Arsenal, Ron. You must have heard the bat signal.
You heard Gunnersaurus scream for us.
Ron, are you leaving Spotify open at all times right now, trying to boost that value, trying to give your guy Eck more money to work with? Keep the Spotify churning. Listen to everything on Spotify. It's all on repeat. Ron does come in yelling Kroenke out.
Yeah, so this is on Sky, Graham Souness, in part of his punditry role. Here's his quote about Eck and KSE and Arsenal. Quote, "He's only got £4 billion. It's not enough. People talk about these absent owners selling. They're under no pressure to sell. They are absent. They don't turn up to games. They won't get any face-to-face criticism. There's only Daniel Levy who'll get it from the crowds. These guys will come back when it suits them. They won't sell for a penny less than before all this debacle.
Well, that's probably true. I mean, they don't really have any reason to.
Grimson says he's only got $4 billion. He's
only got $4 billion. He ain't buying this thing. Come on, only $4 billion. What's this chump change?
Yeah,
I wish.
Yeah.
Wish I could have that conversation.
Kroenke out in all caps in the Twitch pitch.
Oh yeah, no, he's pumped. I don't know if it's better or not. And yeah, most of these are dealt in credit. He's not actually like peeling off $2 billion. That'd be awesome.
Like, here's a $2 billion. Here's a $1 billion bill and another $1 billion bill here.
Yes, Kroenke's like, I need you to count that for me.
Yeah.
All those briefcases, I need you to count it right here in front of us. Like we'll be here for a while.
Kroenke would sit there with all those Halliburtons there at the Emirates, and he would just 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 100 100,000.
No, start over. Looney Tick with a good point. The only person that Looney's seen to be able to drop the bag on a franchise is Ballmer.
True.
He's just like,
when he picks
here.
up the Clippers, it's like, y'all got change.
Yeah, here. Okay, that's good. Yes.
I'm gonna build a new arena, but first and foremost, here you got change for this. I'm just gonna open up my wallet and go just throw it right there on the table.
The Arsenal Tottenham fighting on the Twitch pitch is good stuff. Badger, you need to not listen to Spotify. You need to go invest in Napster now and fight the Spotify as much as possible. Yes, the Spotify. I'm sure that our guy Eck can probably drag some more money out of his massive creation if he needs to and find a way to get this done. I don't think Thierry Henry's making up the difference. No. I think he's done pretty well for himself, but I don't think he's making up the difference. I don't think Club de Foot or the Montreal Impact checks were quite big enough.
No, but I imagine that the photo op with Eck and all of the legends, it'll be a dais. They'll all be standing. They'll all be wearing their colors and appropriate. It's like, we're interested. So you get the photo op and you win the press conference with that kind of weight with you.
Winning the press conference is great. Winning the press conference ain't worth £2 billion or euros or dollars or any of it. Kroenke doesn't care about winning a press conference.
Pay the man.
If you want it.
If I'm interested in selling, I'm going to set the price.
Yeah.
And all right, my boy Eck, you want to cut a check, Eck? We're ready to go.
Wow, you're trash talking the Spotify guy pretty big. I like it.
It's just like if I'm Stan Kroenke looks like the guy. What was the old Bugs Bunny cartoon with the not Yosemite Sam, but the Yosemite Sam kind of look-alike who had the flowy mustache and was like the country singer. That's who Stan Kroenke's mustache. That's what it looks like to me.
Okay.
Can't remember which. Or Burt Reynolds in Evening Bandit. That's pretty close. It's just not quite as flowy a mustache.
A little bit, yeah. Burt wasn't about the flowy mustache. This is not good. We were talking about Eintracht Frankfurt earlier, and we've got an update on their manager who is on his way out, I believe. Let me make sure I got this right. Yes. He was driving a little fast.
How fast was he driving?
He's banned from driving for 4 months. There's no allegedly added. He's banned. 4-month ban. He was caught speeding 200 kilometers per hour in a 100 kilometers per hour zone.
Okay, so if 8/5 is your conversion, then that's 125 miles an hour.
That's not good. And we just got raided on Twitch. We're having all kinds of crazy Twitch stuff today. We got raided.
Oh, wow.
We're being invaded. It's awesome. What's up, In the Mud and Benji and Pride of Anglia? Yes. And Rianne, yes. FM Playa, yes. Playas Misses, yes.
Misses. In the Mud.
All the things. Thank you guys for hanging out. I want your Champions League picks. I need Champions League picks. Who goes through in the semifinals of Champions League, folks?
Mm-hmm.
Real Madrid and Chelsea, first leg tomorrow in Spain. PSG and City, first leg in France on Wednesday. Who goes through? Pride of Anglia, you got to give John credit on that one.
Pride of Anglia, yes. Thank you, Benji. I have my moments, and I've tried to figure it out where I'm not like locking doors and closing doors and having all the scarves around me at the same time here in Office HD. Thank you.
We got Chelsea and City from Spud in the Mud.
Yeah, I don't know.
I lean that way too. That's where my head is, Spud. Where Ropes is. Dawn is all about Chelsea, not even picking the other one, Dawn. Spud wants to know who wins the FA Cup. You're the English snob around here, John.
I am?
Yes. You are. You absolutely are. You watch England more than I do. Who wins the FA Cup?
All right. So it's Chelsea, I think.
I think it's going to be Chelsea.
Yeah, May the 15th. Right now, your early juice boxes. Leicester is a plus 267. Your draw, your 90-minute result is a plus 239. Chelsea's a plus 106. I get Chelsea.
I think it's Chelsea, but we got to look at this really quick because we went through the run-ins for some of the other leagues. Chelsea is tomorrow in Spain. They are Saturday at home against Fulham. Then they are at home on the 5th against Real Madrid. Then they go to City in League on May 8th. May 12th, they're home to Arsenal. May 15th, they're home to Leicester. The schedule's all wonky. That's FA Cup, my bad. And then Premier League, it's the 23rd. They go to Villa. That's a lot of games in a short period of time and a lot of high stakes here.
Okay, and since I'm looking at what folks are telling us from... let's see. Spud is a Leicester fan. Spud in the Mud's a Leicester fan.
Jason Nix is angry with us for going against Leicester, too.
And Benji, Plymouth Argyle. Let's see. So then I shouldn't tell you that I'm a member of the Don's Trust with AFC Wimbledon. Considering
you weren't supposed to say that.
Because one of my scarves... Let's see. Over here. Sorry. This shoulder. It's the AFC, because I'm trying to, it's like, okay, where am I? So it's this shoulder. No, it's this shoulder. So it's the left shoulder, and it's the promotion playoff scarf with AFC Wimbledon and Plymouth Argyle. It's over my left shoulder, guys.
In the Mud, remind me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, you guys are the ones into the darts, correct? Out of the Sports Accelerator program on Twitch. Yes, okay, they are the darts folks. I've caught a little bit of you, but not much. So I need to get caught up on the darts. It's been way too long since, we haven't been going to pubs and bars and such and throwing darts around here very often. Lately, eventually we'll get it. But yeah, I need to watch your darts. Let everybody know in the Twitch pitch. So for our viewers who might not know you, let them know where they can find you and what you've got coming up here soon. It's been really cool to see the program, like people starting to interact. It's Brett has hung out with us a bunch of times. We had some folks in this morning from different shows. So it's very cool to see this accelerator program like start to have more interaction, and not just even like all the soccer or football streamers, but we got darts. We got different people who are doing F1. There's a lot of F1. And that's another one that's like, that's you, John. I got nothing on F1.
Don't get me started on the Haas team with F1.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
That's the team that's been, Gene Haas, who does Stewart Haas Racing for NASCAR.
Yes.
He has a Formula One side, and they're back markers, and it's not pretty.
Okay.
They finished 19th and 20th, and a lot of the Haas supporters were mad about one of the drivers that they picked up this past season. They've got Michael Schumacher's son, Mick, and then the driver that they picked up, who's from Russia. He's kind of run into some problems with his social media posts and things like that. Yeah, well, and this was before he was even hired. It was like he was hired, and before he even got behind the wheel, the guy had, it's like some stuff came out on his social media about him being, I want to say, he was not treating his girlfriend very well. And so, yeah, it's an adios mio, no question. And so a lot of the Haas fans in Formula One are really saying that Nikita Mazepin should never have been hired in the first place. After he was hired, signed the contract, and they tried to paint the livery of the car red, blue, and white like the Russian flag, and F1 was like, no, you can't do that. And then the stuff on his social media account came out.
Wow.
So a lot of the Haas
they really
fans
did their
like,
due diligence.
Why
on this
is
guy.
Nikita Mazepin driving for Haas? And he's still driving for Haas, and he's finishing 20th every race, and it's not very pretty.
Wow. Okay, I didn't see that one coming on the F1 talk. But if you're looking, there's a lot of F1 streamers on Twitch. I have learned. So if you want to dig into that argument, go for it.
Pride of Anglia is the unofficial contest between, and I had to look this up. Cambridge United, Colchester United, Ipswich, Norwich, Peterborough, and Southend.
Oh.
So that's the Pride of Anglia. That's they vie for being the Pride of Anglia. It's an unofficial title.
Okay.
So that's Pride of Anglia.
People are being mean to our resident Spurs fans. We have some resident Spurs fans in the SDH universe. I feel kind of bad for Spurs at this point because they keep making bad decisions. They shouldn't have hired Jose in the first place because that's like the anti-Pochettino. They did need to move on from Pochettino. They ruined that relationship by not rebuilding the squad with him after the Champions League run. You could tell he wanted to start fresh. They weren't going to do it. He was angry. That thing lingered on way too long. Then they blew it all up by bringing in Jose. Then why did they fire Jose when they did? It didn't make any sense.
Right. Leading into a title a trophy game.
Yeah, you go into a final that he got you to, and then you lose that, and it's just, it feels rudderless. Now, Arsenal fans, you guys got to tell me, because I don't know which team is in better shape going forward, because it feels like Arsenal fans are very split. Is Arteta the right guy? Do they have a vision? Do they have a plan? Are they heading in a direction? I think so, but are they going to stick with it? Right. Tottenham doesn't have one. They've got to find one. If they hire Erik ten Hag, that's a really good direction to be going in. Is that better than where Arsenal would be if they stick with Arteta? I don't know. I don't know who's in better shape. I really don't. Spurs wear Jose pajamas. What did Jose's pajamas look like? I need to know.
Yeah, this is something I need to know about.
He has not shared this on his Instagram, which is actually a fun follow if you haven't followed Jose. And
especially the day that he was relieved of duty, and he goes out on his Instagram account and he's showing the folks who are there on the curb as he's getting into his car.
That was a little rough. It's just weird, like. Tommy is a sad Spurs fan. Tommy is a big fan of Independiente del Valle in Ecuador, who has built from within. Small club has built on their own. Tottenham could be the IDV kind of club on steroids. They could be Ajax on steroids. So go get Erik ten Hag. Burns says Arteta's not the problem, the front office is. I do think that's a huge problem. I do wonder, though, is Arteta going to get the players he needs to be successful?
Right.
And if he's not, then they should probably go in a different direction, because he is going to do what he wants to do in terms of the way he's going to believe to play this team. And if he doesn't have the players to do it, or he doesn't have the players buying into it, it won't be successful.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know which one's in better shape. To be honest, they're both kind of, the same coin, just both sides of it. It's neither one is really in a great spot here. I'm not excited about either one, and that's where it gets really tricky when you look at the Premier League going forward. Is do either of them sniff the top four next year?
Yeah, and in the mud says that Kane and Son need to move on. And
yeah, they do. They do.
You could get what, 200 for both of them?
I think you could.
Really, and if you say you get 200 for Kane and Son, and you bring in Erik ten Hag, that to me would be a good philosophical base to work from, where ten Hag could have a lot of capital to work with and bring in some key players to start your build there.
Badger's going to switch to Pandora Premium, so Arsenal won't be able to afford players. I like it. Here's what you do if you're Tottenham. You hire Eric Ten Hag. You sell Harry Kane and Son. You get your 200 million-ish. You go to Ollie's Big Lots over at Lille, and you go get Sven Botman. You go get one of the attackers. You drop like 50 million there, and you get 2 players who can come straight in. And then you still have about 150 million to work with, and maybe you really go shopping at Lille. Maybe you grab a couple more. I mean, you could be buying from the French champions and a lot of young talent. So, hey, you're going to have 200 to spend. That's not a bad outlet store to go shopping at. Mm-hmm. So go pick them up, and then you've got more to work with, and you've got a manager that you can actually build a philosophy around, which I think was the idea with Pochettino. And the relationships fell apart. You got to keep that part strong, and that's going to be the Achilles heel for Tottenham. For Arsenal, I mean, you've got to build. If you're going to go with Arteta, you've got to build the squad for him, because it's not for him right now. That squad's not built to play his way. And if you're not going to do that, then you need to get somebody else. You need to go get a more simplistic guy, and then you're going to not be playing the Arsenal brand of entertaining football that is expected. So both have some big decisions to make. This is a critical time for both ahead of next season for where they sit. Incredibly critical to set the tone for what they're going to be.
Yeah, Benji is saying, but the thing with the 200 million, you're going to look for a Kane and Son in quotation marks player. You need to build around them too. A back four is a must.
I think this is the problem, Benji, and I think this is where Tottenham got to before is you've got to know when it's time to make the move. And look, Harry Kane has started to say some things to where, he's been incredibly loyal, but has he had enough? And if one goes, I think the other goes. Uh-huh. You shouldn't, and it's the easy thing to do, and Barcelona did it, and that's why they're in some of the trouble that they're in, but you sell a big player, you go buy a big player. Tottenham needs more than that. If they're smart, they go get Ten Hag. They sell those 2 players, and then Ten Hag can build the squad he wants with that money and go young and build them up over time. They shouldn't go get 200 million and spend it on one player.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they can get anybody that they'd be in that price range for. They're not going to get Erling Haaland over a Real Madrid or a PSG or a City or any of those teams. Like, you're not going to convince him, even with the same amount of money, to come to Tottenham. I don't see it. So he would be the only one that I would say, all right, if that's what you can do, then yes, go do it. I just don't know. I don't know. Benji, I don't know, because I think they want to leave. I think that's what it comes down to, sadly, is if they want to go, you can't hold on to them and force them to stay, because then you're just prolonging the agony. Yeah. If they want to stay and they want to be part of the rebuild, then we're having a very different conversation. We're absolutely having a very different conversation. But the sense I'm getting is they want to go. And if that's the case, the longer you hold on to them, the more ridiculous it gets. Because then you're going to make them stay, then you're not going to get performances out of them. Once it gets to that point that the player wants to go, and look, it could all be smoke in the media, it absolutely could, but once they want to go, you need to make the move. And that's something that we've seen here in Atlanta with Atlanta United is you've had players come here from South America, and when it was time, and Miguel Almiron is a prime example, when it was time, yeah, you would have loved to have kept him. You had him under contract. You could have said, no, we're going to keep you. We don't like the offer that we're getting from Newcastle. And they tried to play hardball at the last minute. Wouldn't have been the right thing because he would have been unhappy. And you would not have got good performances out of him if he's unhappy. That's the hard part. If the players are the problem, then, yeah, you gotta replace them somehow. If you could sell all those guys and get 100 million, then okay, that's not bad. If Kane and Son want to stay. And that's what it's going to come down to. If they want to go, you got to make the move. If they want to stay, cool, then you got to go find the money somewhere, right?
Yeah. And Benji is saying that Lucas Moura, Eric Lamela, Serge Aurier, and Lloris could get you the 100 mil, and he says that those could be the problem.
Well, no, I mean, they're saying you could sell those and get that money, and those are the players that need to go anyway. Yeah, if you can get that kind of money for them, that's great. But yeah, it just comes back to if Kane and Son want to go, you got to go. You got to make the move, and it's that simple. If they want to stay, cool. Then tell everybody else, get as much as you can, and go to Lille and go shopping.
Yes,
because I think that's going to be one of the underrated stories here in the silly season is those guys that we talked about at Lille who are in that 20 to 30 million euro range. You can get guys coming off of a Liga title, very possibly, who you could probably really push those numbers down because Lille's going to be desperate. I mean, they're in serious financial issues. France, a number of clubs are in, like, not just, we're trying to pay off some debt. It's like keeping doors open financial issues. Yes. So, can you go and force them down and get two guys for 30 million? There's players there. Sven Botman would be a great one for Tottenham, especially if you go get Erik ten Hag, Ajax guy. Bring him in. Get younger in the back. Be massive. Tottenham did need to win that League Cup. And that was, you saw the reaction from Son. That's the problem is those guys want to win something. And I don't think they're any closer to doing that at Tottenham right now. I think they're further away.
I mean, what Ryan Mason said after the loss in Carabao Cup, he says that they're 4 or 5 years behind Manchester City. He said that post-match.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, easy. I mean, Manchester City's the class of it and what in terms of what they've done, but, how far away are they from Chelsea, who's probably going to finish fourth? A couple of years?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, and that's if, and I get the hesitation, Badger. I mean, I understand. Don't trust Levy to wisely buy. I get it, but you can't hold on to guys too long either. Like, at some point, you gotta buy and sell the right way. You just have to. And we'll see. Now the Arsenal fans are enjoying it. It's good times.
Traditionally, the thing is sell sooner rather than later. Don't wait too long to pull the trigger, because then the market dictates what you can get as opposed to you dictating what you can get from the market.
The Kane one is really tough because I really could see him being the number 2 option for whoever doesn't get Erling Haaland. And I think there could be an insane amount of money there for Tottenham if they want to do it. And it's really going to come down to him. If he wants to go and you could get in the 125 or more, it's going to be really hard to try to push that and push him to stay. And he needs to go. I think it's that time. I think it's that time. I think they need more of a larger reset. And then it's risky. The more talent you sell, the riskier it can get, especially if you've proven that you're not exactly a good buying club. But that's how it works. And if you get Ten Hag, then you're getting somebody who can develop and who can develop talent. And you can go younger and you can go more cost effective, which is another factor here. They got a lot of debt. They got a stadium to pay off. I mean, it's not a good situation for Tottenham right now. I don't know. It's going to be a really interesting watch, though. It will be a very, very interesting watch. All right. We got to do our picks of the week, and Jarrett has not arrived. That's not good.
Oh, well.
Well, they're going to have to make their picks tomorrow, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And we will have consensus picks. The way this works, if you are new, we do our picks of the week. Every week we pick a game a day. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 6 games. We come back on Monday. We see who did the best in terms of the money accumulated, or juice boxes if you're like us and you're broke. We've done this how many times now?
This is the 10th week.
This is number 10. So through 9, Nick had won 3 times.
Yes.
Jarrett's won once.
Correct.
And I'd won 5 times.
That is accurate.
Through 9 weeks.
That is correct.
What happened last week? Who finished last week?
That would be Nick, who went 1-5 and only got the Manchester City win correct.
That wasn't a good one. So he lost money, correct?
Yes, a lot.
That's not good. Nick, that's not good. Who finished third?
That would be Jarrett, who went 1-5, but his selection of San Jose winning was what kept him from not being as poor as Nick.
So poor, but not too poor.
Minus 258.
It's not good. It's not good. So it was me or you.
That is correct.
How did it go?
It was not me.
Ha ha ha! What happened?
I finished with more wins, but I chose folks who were closer to the plus 100.
Yeah.
So your draw with Sporting KC and Orlando, plus your Napoli selection, and everybody picking Manchester City. But the big thing that swung it for you was getting 375 on the board for the Sporting Orlando draw.
So I got 3 of 6?
You got 2. You got 1, 2. Yes.
Because everybody got Manchester City. So
you got Napoli, the draw, and Manchester City. So 3 and 3. And you ended up at a plus 166.
And you got 4 of 6. But the fact that I chose more favorites and didn't have a wild one off the board like you did, I still finished in the minus at a minus 67. Wow.
But, because, I picked Napoli and actually I was 3 and 3. I had Napoli,
now it makes
San
more
Jose.
sense.
I had Napoli, San Jose, and Manchester City. So I was 3 and 3 and was at a minus 67 because my selections were closer to even money.
Wait a minute. You had Napoli. You had San Jose. Okay, you had San Jose. I had Napoli.
Yes.
No, I had the draw. The draw is what it was. Okay, now I got it. So that's where the difference was. Okay, got it.
Yes.
So
6-3-1.
So
6-3-1.
6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
I'm being a jerk again. I'll stop. Okay. There's nobody here for me to cut a promo on, so I'm not going to do that either. Because
that's say promo till a later date. You're going to reserve your promo.
No, you can't reserve a promo. That's why they're not here, is what it is.
Ah, okay.
That's why they're not here. Nick just magically had something come up, and I can't be there. And I'm sure he was like sending you a message like, "Hey, how did it go last week? Oh, he won? Yeah, I'm not hanging out. No, I'm out." Jarrett, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be there." You sent him the update. He's like, "No." He's probably listening in on Twitch right now. Probably just sitting there listening. Meanwhile,
tell him to bring me my money. Yeah.
Go.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. So we got 29 minutes to pick games. The Twitch pitch is going to help on this since we don't have Jarrett and we don't have Nick. So their slots are into the consensus pick. So there will be 3 of those.
Okay.
John gets 1, I get 2, and I can veto John's. Burned is trying to make a new rule.
Oh, man.
Where nobody can veto John's or the consensus pick. I might be nice. I might not, Burn. If he picks some League 2, the Sky Bet League 2 or something, that might get vetoed. All right, we got to get into the games. These are probably going to be a little easy because of what we're working with this week. Tomorrow we have Real Madrid and Chelsea. We've got some Copa Libertadores games that are interesting. We've got Boca and Santos, and I don't know what's going on with Santos' manager. That's a fascinating one. We've got Palmeiras and Independiente del Valle. That's tomorrow as well, but, don't we have to go Real Madrid and Chelsea?
I think so.
I do want to look at that Boca Santos number real quick. Oh, Santos is a plus 600. Yeah, I'm not getting anything anywhere near that thing. All right, Real Madrid and Chelsea. Jason Nix, we're not going to do the Atlanta-Philly game. Generally try to stay away from that in the picks of the week. We could go Toronto and Cruz Azul if we wanted to, but I like... Do we want to do both the Champions League games? Yeah, I feel like we should.
Yeah, just because it's the marquee.
I feel like we should. Is anybody going to riot on the Twitch pitch if this is one of the consensus picks? The Champions League game tomorrow, Real Madrid and Chelsea. You have 10 seconds to riot or not riot. And if the rioting is good, we will pick a different game. Except we're not going to do Atlanta and Philly. We'll talk enough about that tomorrow. 4, 3, 2, 1. No objections, so ordered. Really tempted to go Huachipato and 12 de Octubre, but no, we're not going to do that. We will do Real Madrid and Chelsea. What are the numbers you have, John?
Plus 137 for Real Madrid. Your draw is a plus 219, and Chelsea is a plus 234.
All right. You go first because it goes in reverse order, and you were below me.
I'll go draw.
I will go draw as well on that one. I think Chelsea will do enough to get the draw in that. All right, Wednesday. We do have the other Champions League match, PSG and Manchester City, and it is a strange one in terms of the numbers.
And that was why we probably should stick to that consensus as well.
Yeah, I think we should. Club Olympia and Club Always Ready is always a good one, though, in Libertadores. Or Barcelona from Ecuador and the strongest.
See, those are two of the best names that we've come across in this tournament.
I know. We'll do PSG and City. Jason Nix is going with Chelsea winning tomorrow. 2-1, by the way. Bernd is still trying to help with the strategy. I like it.
I love it.
PSG and City, what do we have in Champions League for the numbers?
PSG is a plus 223. Your draw is a plus 277, and Manchester City is a plus 118.
Let me look at PSG really quickly here. So they've won 3 in a row in all competitions.
Bernd, I don't have a veto because I didn't win. I don't have the veto option.
I can veto. He can't veto anything. Yes. PSG lost to Bayern as their last loss. They've won 5 of 6, 6 of 8. Real Madrid, we went through it. They have found ways, Manchester City. We know what they've been doing lately. City, it's been, as up and down as City gets. They've won 5 in a row. They lost to Leeds. They lost to Chelsea in FA Cup. Do they lose in Paris tomorrow or Wednesday? I don't want to be boring on both, but I'm tempted to be boring.
Yeah, Jason Nix, this is at the Parc de France, yes.
Yeah, I'm tempted to be boring here. I'll go draw.
You and me both. Boring as well.
Yeah, I gotta be boring. I'm Spud. I'm really, really tempted. Gustavo comes in PSG 3-1. I'm really tempted to go City to win. PSG has messed me up so much on all these. Every time I think they're going to blow it, they come back with a big win. Every time I give up on them and pick against them, they win. Every time I pick them, they lose. I don't trust them. I'm going to draw. All right. Thursday. Now this is where things can get interesting. Thursday, we have Universidad Católica and Argentinos Juniors in the Libertadores. We have Tito Villalba's Club Libertad going to Rosario to face Newell's Old Boys in the CONMEBOL Sudamericana. We have Manchester United and Roma in the Europa League. We have Villarreal and Arsenal in the Europa League. We have Barcelona and Granada in La Liga. We have... that's probably the biggest ones. You've got Atletico de San Luis and Pachuca, but I'm going to leave that one out.
Yeah, no.
I got 2 picks. You got 1, and we got 1 consensus left.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Twitch pitch, start bringing in your consensus agreements here for games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, Lanús and Grêmio in the Sudamericana as well. That's an interesting one. I'm seeing stuff on both Manchester United Roma and Villarreal Arsenal. Yeah, no playoff Franco, sadly, D. Graham. He is not back yet for Newell's. But, yeah, that would be a Franco Escobar versus Tito Villalba match in the CONMEBOL Sudamericana. Kessie's putting all the eggs in the Europa basket.
Okay.
Which one looks more interesting? Manchester United's a big home favorite.
Right, and that's why I was thinking Villarreal and Arsenal because the numbers are all in the plus.
All right, let's do it. Villarreal and Arsenal. This is a tricky one. Go ahead.
All right, so here's your numbers. Villarreal's a plus 154. Your draw is a plus 231. Arsenal is a plus 190.
Villarreal's won their last 5. They've won 7 of their last 8 in all competitions. That's pretty good. Arsenal have won back-to-back. Before that, they hadn't won in 4 in all competitions. I am not believing in Arsenal, Ron Digital. I am not believing in your Gunners, and Villarreal is going to win at home.
Before I tell you my selection...
Uh-oh, do you know something?
No, I'm going to already show it to you, that I wrote it down before...
No one can read that.
Oh, welcome, Jarrett. You've missed some things.
Oh, Jesus.
Uh-huh. Hold on. John froze when he was trying to have his big reveal. Let's get that in. What happened, John?
I wrote down Villarreal before you said it.
Okay.
On my selection, so
Okay.
I've agreed with you on 3 out of 3.
Yeah, so we're picking all the same stuff. Jarrett, guess who won last week?
Not John.
No.
That is correct.
No.
Not me.
No.
Nick would have cut a promo.
Nick's not here.
The listeners won because
No.
because they're just great.
No. That's me.
That tracks.
6 out of 10. That's me. So we can
All right.
get you caught up really quick, Jarrett. You can make your picks. Champions League and Europa League. It's pretty simple so far.
Okay, what are the games?
Give
Tuesday,
him the
tomorrow.
numbers.
Yes, Tuesday,
What time?
tomorrow. Real Madrid and Chelsea. Real Madrid's a plus 137. Your draw is a plus 219. Chelsea's a plus 234. Jason and I have both gone draw.
I'll go Chelsea.
All right. Wednesday, PSG Manchester City. PSG at home is a plus 223. Your draw is a plus 277. Manchester City is a plus 118. We both went draw.
I'm going to go PSG here.
Oh.
And I'm going to go PSG to shock everyone.
There you go.
All right.
Okay,
Just
good.
keep aggravating everyone. They're going to lose the league, and they're going to have to do this.
Yeah, we went through that. And then Villarreal and Arsenal in Europa League on Thursday. Villarreal at home a plus 154. Your draw a plus 231. Arsenal a plus 190.
Give me the draw.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
choosing to believe in Arsenal, so I'm sorry, Arsenal fans, because that's probably going to end poorly for you.
Ron Digital, you heard it here first.
Blame it on Jarrett. Blame it on Jarrett. All right.
All right, we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I got 2 picks. You got 1. And I got a veto on you. Friday.
Okay, let me look at those.
No, you got nothing,
odds.
Jarrett. You got nothing. Your pick got turned into a Champions League or Europa League pick.
That's fair.
Yeah, you were late. Sorry. That's just how it went. I apologize. Kind of. Friday, we've got Southampton and Leicester.
Nope.
We've got Celta and Levante. We've got Marseille and Strasbourg. We've got Werder Bremen and RB Leipzig in the Pokal. And, yeah. We got Juarez and Toluca and Necaxa and Atlas in Liga MX. This is no bueno. We got Perth and MacArthur FC in the A-League. I don't even know who MacArthur is. When did they show up? When did MacArthur FC show up in the
Please
A-League?
tell me Australia named a team after Chester and MacArthur, just for no good reason.
Totally. Adelaide United and Western United in the A-League. You got Cambridge United going to Harrogate Town in League 2, John.
On 13 December 2018, it was announced that MacArthur Football Club would be accepted into the A-League as part of the new expansion process.
Okay, I didn't even know they existed. Wow, Friday's not good.
Do we have any Friday night MLS?
No, we've got the USL Championship, Phoenix and San Diego. That's interesting. I don't know. We don't have any numbers on that yet, though, because they haven't played. We got Belgian playoffs. Antwerp and Genk.
Genk.
Wow. This is not good. Bernd is still trying to help you with your picks.
I know he is, and I'm looking at his device.
You are checking things advice. Out. Yes. Wow. I got to pick something on Friday, I guess, because you're not going to do it.
Nope.
I've backed myself into a corner with this.
That you have, and I did it on purpose.
That's fine. Good for you. I'm happy for you.
I have to take my moral victories somehow.
Totally. Man, there's nothing in my wheelhouse here either. This is not good. I will go with... Fine. I will go with MacArthur going to Perth. We're going A-League. You want to get weird? We're getting weird, all right? MacArthur beat Perth last time they faced off, April 2nd. Perth is not good lately. One win in their last 7, 4 losses. MacArthur... not bad. I mean, it's 4 out of their last 6 they've won, but 4 out of their last 8 in total. What is the table in Australia? MacArthur's in 5th. They would be in a playoff spot. Perth is in 10th. MacArthur is coming to the league pretty strongly. What are the numbers, John?
All right. Perth Glory is a plus 133. Your draw is a plus 257. The MacArthur SC Bulls are plus 188.
It's in Perth. Is there anybody for MacArthur that I should know about? Jarrett, you got to pick first because you just showed up.
Dude, I don't even know, man. I was actually looking at Scottish Championship teams to
this
throw into this.
This is what you guys did.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we get. I'm okay. I'm okay. Like, I'm okay with my punishment. Give me Perth.
Go in
I have
Perth.
no good reason not to.
Go in Perth Glory.
I have no good reason to do it, but I also have no good reason not to do it.
Going with the Glory. All right, John, what do you got?
Draw.
I'm going for the Bulls. It looks like they ripped off University of South Florida's logo and put it on a crest. Matt Derbyshire will lead my pick to victory. The 35-year-old Englishman was last in Cyprus. Before that, he was at Rotherham, and then he was at Nottingham and Blackpool, and where else has this guy played?
Where has
he was
played?
At Oldham, he was at Olympiacos, he was at Birmingham City, he was at Blackburn, he was at Wrexham, he started at Plymouth Argyle. Matt Derbyshire. 11 goals on the season. He will get it done for me. For some reason. All right. Saturday and Sunday. I got to pick, and John's got to pick. Saturday. You got Chivas and Tigres.
Brentford and Watford in the championship.
Brentford and Watford in the championship is what you're going with.
Mm-hmm.
Brentford and Watford in the championship. Brentford is in 3rd. Watford is in 2nd. Watford is not clinched going up, or have they?
They have.
They have clinched going. Yeah, 10 points. Okay, with 4 to play. That's a tricky one. Brentford needs it badly. Well, the playoffs, are those sealed? Are the playoff spots sealed, or could Reading still shock everybody?
They're sealed. 3 through 6 are sealed.
3 through 6 are
order.
sealed.
They're all 4 teams are separated by 1 point.
So you guys are ridiculous with all the help trying to help John. I'm trying to make sure you're not setting a trap for me. Watford's got nothing to play for. Brentford.
If anyone was going to set a trap, it would be Nick or I feel like.
He's got like 20 people in the Twitch pitch trying to help him with games right now, Jarrett.
I know, but there's a difference between help and there's a difference between that and like Nick or I picking a team out of Eastern Europe that is clearly on the take.
They got a backup pick if I veto it. I mean, I'll go with it because I don't know what direction is this thing's going to go in because of the situation. It's at Brentford. I mean, I guess they have a little more to play for, but you're really playing for the matchup you want, right? Like, I mean, you're playing two legs. I guess you get the home leg second if you're third or fourth, correct?
Yes. If you're third or fourth, you get the home leg, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get you to give anything away. I'm not trying to be sneaky. I'm just trying to get the rules of engagement here going on.
Five plays fourth and 6 plays three.
Okay. And it's two legs?
It's one.
It's one leg. Okay, so there is something to play for third or fourth. So, in that case, I mean, I guess you got to go Brentford at home. I'll take Brentford.
Okay.
Gustavo says Nick is a better player. He can cheat.
All right, so you're going with Brentford?
I'm going with Brentford, yes.
Okay.
There's probably somebody probably broke their leg or something. Is that what you're going to tell me?
No. I mean, I was going to. Now that you've made it, they play Rotherham tomorrow, so they're going on short rest.
Okay, that's fine. No, I'll stick with it. I'm not. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so Jarrett.
Draw.
See, because that's where I was going to go because of the short rest. And the numbers, Brentford a plus 136. Your draw is a plus 227. And Watford is a plus 214. So there you go. Those are your numbers.
Yeah, I got Brentford. What are you going with, John?
Draw.
You're going draw? Okay.
Jarrett's going draw.
All right, Sunday. It's my pick. I am going to go with... I will take... See, that would have been wrong if you guys had lied. That's horrible. Horrible things.
Now, Badger, remind me as we go about Leyton Orient, so I can have that in my hip pocket. Keep reminding me on these so I can pick a Leyton Orient game at some point.
Horrible. Trying to get John to lie. And he would have done it, too. He's that desperate to win one week. It's upsetting. All right, Sunday. What am I going to go with? Could go Seattle and LA Galaxy. Could go Nashville and Miami.
Chicharito.
Yeah. Vancouver and Colorado. Woo! That's exciting. Pumas and Club America. John's favorite Belgian team hosting Anderlecht.
Brugge.
Yeah, I'm not picking that.
Attaboy.
Not picking that nonsense. That's crap. Manchester United and Liverpool. That would seem to be the obvious one, I would think.
Spud says it's going to be a crappy goalless draw.
That's the obvious pick. I am going to
be a 3-3 barn burner of chaos and drugs.
Yep, I'm not going with that.
Anytime, I feel like anytime any of us expect something to be bad. It just runs the risk of basically ingesting a lot of like whatever the hell is made up of a pixie stick.
Yes,
and then running around.
Yeah, we've got Nix and Spud are saying Man U and Liverpool.
Nope.
Seattle and LA from Ropes.
Nope.
Badger is saying Boca and Lanús.
Thought about it, but nope. Bonfield hosting River Plate. That is the game that we are going with for Sunday. It is at Bonfield. They are 3 wins, 3 losses, and 5 draws on the season, Bonfield. River is 5 wins, 3 losses, and 3 draws. Jarrett, go first.
You know what? I'm going to go in honor of our large adult son who now resides in San Jose and got his first win with San Jose last week and go Bonfield.
Okay. John?
Also, watching Kansas City realize that you can't skip lines on a pass if you pass the ball right into the body of the line you were trying to skip.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
This is a very educational program.
Yes.
Accurate.
In WSL.
Yeah. No lines currently posted on this. The only lines I have right now are Primera B.
Nice. I should have went that direction. Now, we'll get lines when they come up.
And it's for a match tomorrow between Colegiales and Deportivo Armenio, so we're not even to the weekend.
We're not doing that one, no.
Let's see.
Bonfield hosting River. What you got?
I'll go River.
I'm going draw.
Okay.
I think River is distracted due to Libertadores. Bonfield needs it to try to get into the playoff. There's 2 weeks left. They are still fighting for it. They're going to fight for it, but not be quite good enough. So I will go draw. All right. That's it. Yeah, I went draw. Burned. I went draw because I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know y'all's game. You're trying to get John to lie. Gustavo's trying to change what lying means and say it's like elegant cheating or whatever nonsense y'all are up to. That's fine.
No,
that's fine.
Bern, my rationale for doing Brentford-Watford was the quick turn. That was why I looked at that one since Rotherham's in the mother of all run-ins, I figured I'd go with Brentford on short rest. That was why I went with that one.
All right, recap quickly, John. What were your picks?
My picks were draw tomorrow for Real Madrid and Chelsea, draw Wednesday, PSG Man City, Villarreal over Arsenal Thursday, draw between Perth and MacArthur on Friday, draw Brentford and Watford on Saturday, and River on Sunday over Bonfield.
That's a lot of draws. What did Jarrett pick?
Jarrett.
What did he pick that was different from you? Well, let's do it that way.
Jarrett picked bad things, most likely.
Jarrett picked Chelsea. He picked PSG. He picked the draw with Villarreal and Arsenal. And he picked Perth instead of the draw in Australia on Friday. And we're the same on Saturday, and we're different on Sunday. I picked River. He picked Bonfield. And
I know the first 3 days we had the same. What did I have different than you? I had MacArthur. I had the draw.
You had MacArthur. You had
Brentford.
and you had the draw.
Okay. Yeah,
so
Friday.
A little competition at the back.
Ropes. Friday was a tough one. There really wasn't any good options. It was going to be that or Belgium, and I was entertained by MacArthur's ripoff of the South Florida
Belgium.
Logo. No, you pay too much attention to bad pronunciations of clubs.
Brugge.
Yeah, I wasn't picking it. Gustavo, the draw was to win the week when that game happens, and Bonfield throws everything possible at River, and they just can't do it. And River's just like, yeah, we're cool, we're tired. We've been doing things in Libertadores, so it's going to be a draw, and everybody else will be very upset. No Leicester hate, Jason Nix. No Leicester hate. I keep arguing that Brendan Rodgers shouldn't ever think about leaving Leicester.
Exactly. I agree.
No hate. He certainly shouldn't leave in the middle of the night.
No hate. Don't.
We'll just call him Mayflower Rodgers.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No. If he does it again, then he gets that name. For now, I will. I have decided to try and back off. Although, John, I am really close to that. But if he does it again, will I just start calling him Mayflower? But that's a good one to keep in the hip pocket. I appreciate that. If he leaves Leicester in the middle of the night, then yes, he will be known as Mayflower going forward. But I don't think he will, and I don't think he should.
He definitely shouldn't. I hope he doesn't. I hope he
should not. No, he should not.
That would be foolishness. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We have to have a little set change here on the show. So we are going to leave you from soccer over there. You have our picks of the week. You've got your look at all of the leagues around the world. You've got a bunch of Libertadores stuff coming up this week. There will be madness in South America because there always is. We'll keep you posted on all of it during the morning show all week, and there's going to be a lot of other things to talk about, too. We didn't even get to a Conca Cinco because there's so much to talk about, and we were rated, and that was very cool. So if anybody's still hanging out from the raid, thank you. I know it's late on the other side of the Atlantic. We are going to have a set change.
You were rated?
We were rated on Twitch. It's been a big day on Twitch, Jared.
This morning had a train.
We had a hype train, and we've been rated. It's been a very eventful 24 hours.
Contingent?
But
yes.
they play darts.
Oh, I'm okay. I'll need an explanation later. I'll go to the Discord and get an explanation.
Yeah, okay. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to change set. We're going to come back. We're going to talk Atlanta and Philadelphia. I know Kelly Francis tonight. Kelly is very busy with work. It's a big week for her at work. So you're stuck with the three of us knuckleheads talking Atlanta and Philly for a half hour. It will be a very interactive show. So if you have Atlanta and Philadelphia questions, you got about 5 minutes or so to think about it. Go grab a beverage, and we will be back for the run-up here in just a couple of minutes. For soccer over there, what does Nick always say? Again, we're out of place here because Nick usually does this thing.
Mucha, Euro, y'all.
We'll see you in a few!